Today we're going to look at how to do calculations and displays with bivariate data in Statcrunch. So first of all, to do a scatter diagram, if you have a set of data to work with, and in this case, I have our distances to Starbucks for each student in the class and our distances to McDonald's for each student in the class. So we'll go to graph and choose the scatter plot. And in this case, Starbucks versus McDonald's, neither one of them is really a predictive variable for the other. So they're both kind of response variables. So it doesn't really matter which one you put in as your X and which one you put in as your Y. We'll do Starbucks for X and McDonald's for Y. And go ahead and compute. And we get our scatter plot. And you can see from the scatter plot, it does appear there might be a positive association between these two variables. Those people in the class who live close to Starbucks seem to also live, for the most part, close to McDonald's. And those further from Starbucks are also further from McDonald's. Not surprising. Now, one thing you can do if you go back and edit with the options, you can overlay the least squares regression line. So if you do overlay polynomial order 1, that would be a polynomial with the highest degree term of 1, which is a line, and then hit compute, you'll see your least squares regression line right there on the display with the scatter diagram. To determine the equation for that least squares regression line, if we go to stat and choose regression, simple linear, X variable will do the same thing we did for our scatter plot and choose Starbucks for X and McDonald's for Y. You're going to get a whole lot of information here that you don't need, but when we compute, what we do want to know is the equation for the least squares regression line, which is right here. Notice instead of using Y and X, it's written out with McDonald's in place of Y and with Starbucks, the words in place of X. Okay, whatever your names are here for your variables is what it will use there. And we also see the correlation coefficient and R squared. So those calculations are all there when you do stat regression simple linear. Okay, I hope this is helpful.